From inside the gym at Leominster High School, we welcome you to this coverage of Leominster High School hoops here on Leominster TV. Alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins, welcoming you to our coverage tonight as the girls take center stage once again as Leominster plays host to Nashoba. Should be an exciting night, fantastic battle between two very evenly matched teams. And of course, the story of the night, it's yet another female athlete and female hoops player here at Leominster going for 1,000 points in her career. Riley Skinner with a chance tonight, 10 points to 1,000. Bill Thomas, we've been lucky enough to be here for a number of them. I've been here for all except one that I know of, so it should be another exciting night here, and of course something that we said they'd like to get done right out of the gate.
Yeah, I was joking with the coach earlier. Let's have Riley score the first 10 points and get this out of the way. We'll have a little ceremony and then we'll play on. But yeah, it's a great accomplishment. I was here 3-4 years ago when Quinn O'Connell did it, and not being really part of the program overall, I know it was very exciting. I believe she did it as an away game, but still, it's a big deal, and to have her do it at home tonight, be spectacular.
No question about that. As we said, 4 others have done it before. Bill Thomas referred to the most recent one in Quinn O'Connell, Lindsay Delakiai before that, Carrie Conway prior to that one, and Lauren Hatfield was the first. So Riley Skinner a chance to be the 5th female in school history. Ryan Turbide, the lone boy to have done it in Leominster history. And Kate, the bottom line is to score 1,000 in high school basketball means you have to be a contributor at the age of 14 or 15 years old. You've got to be a 4-year varsity player.
And that becomes a little bit more difficult on the men's on the boys' side of things, because just the physical development that a boy has in high school, particularly in the latter portions of it, very difficult to become a contributor on varsity in your freshman year. Whereas on the girls' side, a little bit more developed on the earlier side, and they don't have to grow quite as much to be able to contribute. So 4 years as a varsity starter is basically the recipe in order to get that done, and we have a chance now at 5 ladies right now.
Countdown to 1,000. The quest ends potentially tonight. We'll have it all for you along with the rest of the play-by-play. Starting lineups and tip-off is next. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops right here on Leominster TV. Back inside the gym at Leominster High School on the K-Zone and Leominster TV. Alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins for Leominster TV tonight. We're set for tip-off. It's Nashoba and Leominster. Nashoba wearing the road evergreen tops and bottoms trimmed in white and gold. Leominster wearing the home white tops and bottoms trimmed in royal blue. Blue Devils across the chest.
A lot of height out there tonight.
Indeed there is, and here comes Riley Skinner to midcourt for the tip. She'll battle Brianna Donahue for the opening tip-off for the Chieftains. Ball's up. Tip is controlled by Leominster as Skinner tips it to Hutchinson, and we're underway. Leominster controls half court to our right. Finnegan control top of the key. Back to Grace Adams. Launches a 3 from the left side. No luck on the roll, and the rebound chased down by Sarah Galuli.
That's a name I struggle pronouncing. Galuli.
And here comes the Chieftains. Immediately down floor. Quick hit for Roth. Missed the layup. Second opportunity. Donahue, no go. And Hutchinson had body position. Got the rebound on the baseline. 30 seconds into this one. No score here in the first quarter. It's Nashoba and Leominster girls hoop. That's the K-Zone game of the week. Grace Adams spots up for another 3. No go. Skinner, though, an immediate rebound. Put up. Got the hoop to go and the foul.
Classic weak side rebound in there by Riley Skinner. Saw that possibility, crashed the boards, and nice little underhand scoop.
Todd, let's see. Let's see if you're telepathic or telepathic.
That too. No roll there on the first. 8 points to go. Got her first 2 of the night. It's 2-0 Leominster. 7:15 left in this quarter, number 1. Roth with control. Comes back to the left, McNulty. McNulty sets up Roth. 3 won't go. Loose ball, rebound to Skinner. Yes, indeed.
Nice job by Megan Hutchinson, though. I like her work under the boards already tonight. Very active.
Good, strong body position for sure.
One of the things that I like about the tempo right now, Leominster's team is very controlled, which I very much like so far. Sometimes they come out of the chute like a train just off the tracks. Nice and controlled, and I like the passing game. They're not making a lot of low percentage passes. So far, so good in my book.
Finnegan spotted up for a 3-shot miss. Teams tied up for the rebound. Held ball the call, and on the alternate possession, it's Nashoba basketball. Here's the drive from Giluli, gave up the loose ball and fed it on the inside to Donahue, missed the layup, got fouled by Hutchinson, And to the line it goes Donahue for 2.
Nice little scoop pass there. And but just to reflect back here down what happened in the other end, Skylar Finnegan, I think she's tossed up 3 already. But it's nice to see. I think she's trying to take maybe some of the pressure off Riley Skinner. I'd like to see 1 or 2 of those fall. But it's nice to see that they're not looking to make every pass go to Riley Skinner.
And then, of course, the funny part was in that Wachusett game a couple weeks back when we were here, it seemed like the case.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Nice to see him spread it around.
Donahue hits the backside.
Just keep digging.
That's
keep
it.
Digging.
Hey,
keep digging.
That's the name of the game. Finnegan brings the ball up floor, 6.5 to play here in the first quarter, 2-1. Leominster's lead. Finnegan playing catch with Adams. Back to Finnegan. Finnegan lost the ball, tipped to Adams. Still off the left side of the arc, comes cross court. Hutchinson, mid-range jumper, just off the block, won't go. Rebound from Monville, put back, fouled, and Monville goes to the line, shoot 2.
Good job by Haley. Good job there with the hands-up rebound and not giving any of the Nashoba girls a chance to get a hand on it, and just go right back up with it. Use your jumping ability and stay above the crowd. She's tall enough to do that.
Team second, first for Richard.
And Monville gets that one to go. 6:15 to play here in the first quarter, 3-1. Leominster's lead. Monville another one at the line. Quick up, got it to go. She doesn't waste any time with the long pre-shot, any form of meditation. Just takes it and shoots it. Pass given away on the baseline. Skinner with the pick. Looking to turn the action the other way, and then everyone clears out. Back to a half-court offense. Skinner brings it in on the left-hand dribble.
Talk about meditation. They have a meditation club here. I saw a flyer.
Sign us up.
Kid you not.
Finnegan, feed foul line Monville, goes low post. Hutchinson had body all over, couldn't get it to go.
That's
Third
how you
opportunity,
beat the zone right there.
and gets it to go.
Nice job. Nice feed inside by Skylar Finnegan, too. Saw her open in there.
6-1 Leominster's lead.
Good hands up by Hutchinson, too, to convert that.
5.5 to play. Galuli misses that one. Finnegan the rebound and the run out. Takes it coast to coast. Won't go. Hutchinson crashing on it. Tipped it right back out of bounds to Finnegan standing out of bounds. And it's
like,
Chieftain
whoops.
basketball.
But good aggressiveness, and I love what I see out of Leominster. They're not just pounding it into Riley Skinner, which I think is the way to go.
Right now, the team that looks a little bit more chaotic right now are the Chieftains, who look a lot like Leominster has in previous nights. Off balance, forcing the ball. That one thrown right to Hutchinson in the paint. Picks it in transition, finds Skinner. Skinner the drive through 5. Chieftain scoop shot, and it goes.
We're at 4.
That's why she's averaging 19 plus a game of moves like that. Nice to see her take charge.
One of the nice things right now, everything seems very natural. Again, nothing forced right now on the Blue Devils. They're taking the open person, they're dishing them the ball, getting the score. 8-1 advantage early on here.
It's the calmest I've seen them all year.
Absolutely.
Three-pointer spotted up for Roth and hit off the right side of the arc. Cuts Leominster's lead in half, 8-4, 4:40 to play here in the first quarter. Monville in the paint from Finnegan. Turnaround shot doesn't go. And here we go the other way. In transition, right to left, Galuli. Galuli goes down low for Donahue. Cross court, picked there by Adams.
Third pick already for the Blue Devils in this one.
They had a
Third turnover.
3-on-2. They backed off. They feed Skinner. Skinner hits a runner, and it goes.
We're at 6.
And that makes it 6. They're chasing 4 is Skinner in the quest for 1,000.
This one might be early.
4:10 to play here in the first quarter. Ball tipped by Monville. Loose basketball on the floor. Kept alive till Galuli. Galuli comes back off the left side of the arc. McNulty. Now Donahue. Inside turnaround shot there. Richard. Shot won't go. Galuli crashed on the rebound. Tipped it out of bounds, and the ball back to Leominster.
One quick observation, what I'm seeing on the floor right now, Todd. 2 seniors and 3 sophomores. I think that bodes well for the future of Leominster girls basketball, but just seeing this right now, this development stage, it's pretty good to see what's going to happen here in the future.
Calm and efficient thus far for Leominster. Hutchinson, little head fake, goes back to Finnegan, top of the key. 3:45 to play in the first. Adam, left side of the key.
Saw that.
Give away there to Galuli. Galuli to the rack, lays it in and good.
That was telegraphed a little bit.
We'll chalk that up to a sophomore mistake. 2 sophomores there get a little careless, but they'll learn.
In the left corner, it's Hutchinson. Back to Adams. Tried to go to the right, nobody home. Goes Monville foul line. Finnegan left side. Knew she missed it out of the release. Loose ball kept alive by Monville. Adams turnaround. Deep three-line drive won't go. Monville third opportunity on the possession. Back to Finnegan. Foul line drive. She got fouled on the floor. Looked like Giluli reached back in.
And this is one of the things that I think is probably the most positive thing that I've seen, offensive rebounds. The Blue Devils getting multiple opportunities every time they're in the offensive zone. And in high school basketball, that is key. You do not want to be going down the floor and having one-off opportunities. The more opportunities you get, the better off you're going to be.
Adams to the left elbow. Finnegan spots up and hits.
You know, and just to expand that, I think what you see in the girls, especially tonight, is positioning. Because you don't see girls out jumping other girls and over the top more so, that aggressiveness. Girls just don't play that type of basketball. It's about positioning and knowing your role.
A one and done possession for the Chieftains. Back down the floor came Skinner, and she had the ball taken away from her. Might have lifted off a little early on that lay-in, but the ball stays with Leominster off of a Chieftain out of bounds. Skinner triggers. Got the stack left side, floats, paint. Hutchinson in three. Chieftains up strong, got fouled. Hutchinson's got 2 from the line coming up.
It's going to be team 4th for Nashoba.
Yep.
Got a couple of we'll call it nagging injuries on the floor there. You can see Hutchinson is well bandaged on her left hand, which is her off shooting hand.
Yeah, wrist.
The wrist up through the thumb, and then also Skinner
on the thumb. It's
On the
almost like a
finger.
cast.
Skinner's got the finger. Looks like a middle finger on the right hand. It is her shooting hand, and is heavily bandaged as well. That free throw goes for Hutchinson. 2:51 to play here in the first quarter. 14-6 Leominster's lead. Some changes on both benches here after the made free throw.
Once again, Riley Skinner chasing 4 points to get to 1,000 career points.
In the post, Donahue. Around it goes. Come near side left. Shot up for 3. That one won't go for McMahon. Loose ball. Forward it goes. Finds Smith. Smith through Monville, and Monville shuffle the feet, going back the other way.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If you don't actually have a grasp of the ball, is that still traveling?
Had it, didn't have it. Possession was in question.
Legano, ni Legano.
That's it. Ball was tipped from behind. Escobalis got a hand on it and didn't realize it. Or check that, it was Frederick. Around through Giluli. Giluli to McMahon.
Still a lot of perimeter shooting on the Chieftains.
Inside for Donahue. They got it down low to the baseline. Found Roth. Roth back up top, McMahon. Left elbow jumper, no good. Rebound chased down. Feed back to McMahon. McMahon, the drive through 4 Blue Devils and missed everything completely. Monville, the rebound, finds Frederick on the outlet.
I could do that.
She will bring it half court to the right. Under 2 minutes to play here in quarter 1. 14-6. Leominster's lead here in the early going. Frederick, bounce past Monville at the foul line right. Down low, Hutchinson, left side block, pulls up for 2. Leominster's lead is 10, it's 16-6.
Have a first quarter, Hutchinson, huh?
I agree. Good
She's-
job. Good job perimeter passing, though, which is leading to that success by girls other than Skinner.
Giluli with the left-hand shot from the left corner. It won't go for 3. The other way comes Skinner. And Skinner will slow down the action when she arrives at the arc. Sets it
Ooh.
for Frederick. She wanted it right back.
was
She was
wide
feeling
open.
it and didn't get it back. Smith in the
Kick it
paint
out.
for Hutchinson. Hutchinson head fake, 1 bounce, lost a handle on it. 2 dribbles and back the other way with the Chieftains.
Nice head fake there, though. Megan had a girl up and out of position, but unfortunately kind of lost the handle in the middle of that dribble and switched hands, I think, midstream.
1:14 to play here in the first quarter. 16-6 Leominster's lead. And here comes Giluli. The left side, McMahon. McMahon over to Payne. Inside, looking for Donahue. Swatted away. Here's Smith. Smith stops just
Whoa,
across the
hello.
arc. Line drive into the glass. Won't go. Frederick, the rebound, tried to go down low for Skinner. Held ball the call. A nice battle in there, and Leominster keeps it on the alternate possession.
That's some of that youth that we've been talking about, though. You go all the way down the court, and boom, right off the bat. The defense hasn't even gotten back. Your offense hasn't gotten back. And bam, you're letting the cannon fly.
Uh-oh.
Inbound collision there. Skinner took that one in the teeth, I think, but she's okay and staying in the play. Giluli missed the shot from the left side. Skinner's back in the defense here. Guarding the ball. Stripped it away. Recovers. Up floor finds Frederick 3-on-1. Bounces for Smith. Lays it in and good. That's what it's supposed to look like down floor.
I think she took the ball away
I
from
think
Riley.
she did.
She did, but you know what?
did.
It needed
It
to
worked.
happen. That's how that play's supposed to work.
It did, I agree.
3-on-3 down floor, Frederick. Frederick steps between two defenders. Missed the shot. And a jump ball on the rebounding action. Monville was tied up with Donahue. And it goes back to the Chieftains on the arrow.
If I'm Riley, I'm going, okay, kiddo.
No, but
There's your
did you
one.
see what she did down here? She inbounded off the back of a Chieftain and tried to get inbounds to catch the rebound.
Yep.
Didn't quite work, but it was very creative.
Into the paint. That time it was Roth looking for Donahue. Monville came over the back, stops the clock with 15.2 to play here in the first quarter. Leominster's lead is 18-6. Shot clock off here for the remainder of the quarter. Up top, they come to Gillooly. Little stutter step, and then the jumper for three. That was pretty for
Rainmaker.
Jillian Payne. And the lead is halved once again. It's 18-9, Leominster. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Finds Smith. Smith the baseline drive. Up at the buzzer. It was swatted from behind. And through 1 quarter of play from the gym at Leominster High School to score. Leominster 18 and Nashoba 9. A break, and we are back with more. You're listening to the K-Zone Game of the Week here on WPKZ.
Get Skinner 2 more here right away.
She had 8? Is that where we're at?
6.
She is at 6 for the night.
Chasing 4.
She needed 10 at the start of the night for 1,000 for her career. Looking for 4 as we start the second quarter.
Ooh.
3 from the right side. Won't go. Hutchinson the rebound. Reload Skinner. Jumper for 2. She hit that one. And it's
Chasing
down
2.
to just 2. 20-9 is Leominster's lead. 7.5 to play here in the first quarter. And Riley Skinner looking to be the 4th player in school history to score 1,000 for her career. And she is just 2 shy
She was
of
calling
that.
for the ball right there. Off of that
Get it to her
Hutchinson
again.
rebound. She's like,
Let's
right
just
here.
get it over
Let's
with.
get it
That
over
is
with.
the name of the game.
I'll take that ball.
And I remember those conversations with Kerry Conway and Lindsay Delakiai when they were looking for 1,000. Let's get it over with and worry about the game after that. This one's stripped away. Gillooly the drive down the left side of the lane. Foul on the floor before the drive began. Chieftains keep the basketball, half court to our left. 7:17 to play here in the first quarter. Leominster's lead is 20-9. They have started out on fire tonight. Way better performance than we saw just a couple of weeks back against Wachusett.
Poised. Very poised so
Indeed.
far, which I very much like. Well, hello. I could do that too.
Jumper off the mark, got a basket support. That ball's out of bounds, and it goes back to Leominster.
Anytime somebody doesn't do anything stellar, I can do that.
one thing I noticed, Todd Kate, all 5 starters back on the floor now to hopefully be on the court when this achievement
Let's get
is
this
accomplished.
over with.
Indeed, the possibility. Leominster with control, half court to our right. It's Hutchinson, 15 to shoot, working in the right corner. Stripped away, still now 12 to shoot. Adams corrals, was looking for Sean Sweeney in the second row. Ball back top of the key, Finnegan. Finnegan cross court, finds Skinner, excuse me, launches the three, and it rattles in! An off-balance three-pointer, and Riley Skinner hits the
They know
three-pointer. And the celebration begins on the floor. 6:42 to play in the first quarter. 23-9 Leominster's lead, and Leominster's Riley Skinner becomes the 5th girls basketball player in school history to score 1,000 or more points in her career.
That's quite an accomplishment, and to do it in that fashion on a 3-point buzzer beater there.
Off the angle.
Hit everything but the
At
lottery.
the shot clock.
And to fall in. And I'm not sure the officials were aware of the situation. One official wanted to play on. The other guy
They're aware now.
grabbed the ball. He's like, I think something's going on.
Athletic Director Laureen Sapola has come to midcourt. Big hug for Riley Skinner. Riley Skinner puts herself in some very elite company, joining the likes of Lauren Hatfield, Kerry Conway, Lindsay Delakiai, Quinn O'Connell, and now Riley Skinner becomes the 5th girls basketball player in school history to score 1,000 points.
Captain Riley Skinner to this elite group.
Laureen Sapola on the floor making some announcements. Again, the action stops. 6:42 to play here in the first quarter. Riley's family called out to the floor.
Connor, we're very familiar with on the basketball and football program.
Celebration
Great athlete in his own right.
right at midcourt. Here comes the family lining up one at a time. I think the last one will be the most interesting one. Big hug for Dad. You see them working together out on the floor here. I know it's a very big moment.
For giving all of us the opportunity to share in Riley's career here at LHS. Riley Skinner is a 3-sport varsity athlete, a great teammate, and an ideal role model for her up-and-coming athletes of the future. She plans to continue her education and her basketball career at Franklin Pierce College in the fall. As part of tonight's celebration, we have the first 1,000-point scorer in the history of LHS and an upcoming athlete hopeful to follow in Riley's footsteps. Please welcome Lauren Hatfield.
The first 1,000-point scorer in school history, Lauren Hatfield, brings the plaque out to Riley Skinner at midcourt.
Hugs from Coach Barnaby's daughter as well.
Riley, it has been our absolute pleasure to watch you on the soccer field, basketball court, and lacrosse field. Thank you again to Riley's family for sharing us with her, for her with us. And now a big round of applause for our new 1,000.
Once again, the 1,000-point club is one larger. Riley Skinner, the 5th female basketball player in Leominster High School history to 1,000 or more points. The lone male basketball player, Ryan Turbide, for Leominster. So she makes the total 6,000-point scorers in school history, 5th on the girls' side, just the one, Ryan Turbide on the boys' side.
Great accomplishment.
That's a big weight off.
Great accomplishment. Yeah, and to get it done.
That 6:42 to play in the first half or second quarter.
Right, and I mentioned the last thing I want to see this was happening garbage time of a blowout. This couldn't have happened, and you couldn't have scripted it any better. Hollywood's been involved right up to this point.
And so we've got our 1,000-point scorer out of the way, and we're back to
and
action.
She steals the ball.
Just that quick. The clock has not even begun again. 2 possessions up and down the floor, and now the clock has begun.
Let's let it run a little bit.
Yeah, they're gonna wind a few seconds off the clock here.
They also need to change the period.
Indeed.
They got all wrapped
Clock
up in the ceremony.
still running, and now the inbound. We'll just say all together we're even
now
at
stopped.
this point. Now.
I think they forgot which buttons they need to push.
I'm thinking at this point
Well, it's
they
a very
may have.
exciting minute.
Hutchinson with the drive.
She's
up,
having a game
banks
right
it in
now.
and it goes.
Clock still hasn't moved. We're going on about 30 seconds
Yeah,
here.
you're right. 6:26 to play, and that's where we're frozen.
We're stuck.
In the second quarter of action.
So yell at the ref.
25-9. That one, three-pointer is off balance. Continues to roll.
There it goes.
Now the clock has begun again.
I think they heard me on the other side of the court.
One can only hope, Bill Thomas. And down floor we go the other way. It's 25-9. Leominster with the lead, by the way. The drive for Roth lays it in and good.
Nice drive there.
25-11 now. 6-ish minutes left here in the second
Now
quarter.
the important thing, Todd and Kate, is to keep the focus.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
Let's not let this accomplishment become the primary focus for the rest of the evening.
Skinner to Monville. Turn around in the paint. Won't go. Loose basketball rebound. Controlled
Nice
there by Payne. Ball stolen back. Finds Hutchinson on the left block. Lays it in and good. And a quick timeout for Christina Seabury. She says, okay, well, we just stopped action. It didn't stem the tide. Let's take a timeout.
That was a long 45. That was like
45
45 seconds.
It was indeed. All of about 45 ticks
I
off
got a
the clock.
bedtime, you know.
I feel like it was
5
about
minutes
2
worth
minutes
of
total.
basketball.
27-11 is Leominster's lead at the timeout. At this point in time, K-Zone Game of the Week brought to you by Daewoo North Superstore, open 7 days a week, offering a hand-selected lineup of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit at all will help you get the vehicle you want. Summer Street in Lunenburg, online at 49ismine.com.
All right, and Super Bowl coverage, Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 52. On Sunday, pregame from U.S. Bank Stadium starting at 2 p.m. Kickoff on Westwood 1 at 6:30 p.m. Again, that's Pats versus Eagles. The blitz for 6.
We have our
continues.
booth assignment already?
Indeed, we do, Bill Thomas. Just don't get on the flight because I'm not guaranteed we're getting in. But as it turns out, you can hear that one right here. Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 52, Pats and Eagles, is right here on the K-Zone, AM 1280 and 105.3 FM. And our on-the-spot reporter, John Morrison, is live at U.S. Bank Stadium as well. He'll have up-to-the-minute coverage at some point. 5:25 to play in the second quarter.
We're all just jealous you're all not there.
Off balance, the low block goes the pass. 9 to shoot, and a foul called there. And they'll bill that foul. Look like 22. That's Ivana Akachiri. Got pegged for that one. except that Akachiri's
No, they
not on
give
the
it.
floor.
They give it to Hutchinson.
So make it Hutchinson who got billed for the foul
Her
her second.
second.
Yes, indeed. Beat you to it.
Hey, thanks.
Around they go to the Chieftains. McNulty
Ooh,
the
nice
drive.
block.
It got tipped. Ball out of bounds indeed. Yes, Hutchinson got a hand on it.
Good defense. I tell you, I'm very impressed with Hutchinson. She's very
Yeah.
active tonight, more so than the previous games that I've seen her play, and that's what I've come to expect from her. I know
Impressive night tonight for
She
her.
is. She's really stepped up, and we talked about that pregame.
Whoa.
Ball was deflected on the cross-court skip, kept alive in the backcourt. Finds its way to Skinner. Skinner, nice pass to Adams. In and out it goes, and the ball goes the other way. Here's Gillooly. The drive and kick sets up a McNulty three. Off the mark. Loose ball to the foul line. Adams battling there to the floor. Held ball the call, and on the alternate possession, Chieftains basketball.
Yeah, I think we talked pregame. Kate and I did extensively, and you two
Well,
talked about
Todd
it. Some of the
wasn't
girls
here.
need to take some of the pressure off Ryan. And I think Megan, as a senior, has done a great job of doing that tonight.
Off the inbound left corner three for McMahon, long on the mark, with a rebound run down by Roth.
That is their 6th three-point attempt.
Roth for Gillooly misses that one. Getting the multiple shot possessions, Kate, that you talked about liking seeing, but the Chieftains not able to convert. Meanwhile, Skinner back down floor, straight away three.
Now she
Buried.
gets to just have fun.
And indeed, the fun continues. 4:25 to play here in the second quarter. 30-11 is Leominster's lead. She nailed an off-balance three-pointer, did Riley Skinner, to put her over the 1,000 points.
She skipped 1,000 and went right to 1,001.
Indeed she did.
She said, forget 1,000.
Back goes the pass. Find McMahon on the reversal. Missed the three-pointer.
That's the 7th miss from behind the arc for the Chieftains.
Down floor comes Skinner, and she was trying to dish to Finnegan. The ball rolled off the foot of McNulty out of bounds, and Leominster keeps the basketball half court to our right. 2 out, 2 in here. In comes Frederick and Smith. Out goes Adams and Finnegan for the Blue Devils. Skinner looking for an inbound. Goes cross court, finds Frederick. Frederick finds Smith. Smith the bounce and drive. Tried to go back to Frederick. It was deflected out of bounds with 19 to shoot. 3:24 to play here in the second quarter. Leominster's lead is 30-11. Joining us tonight on the K-Zone Game of the Week here on AM 1280 and 105.3 FM. Streaming live at WPKZ.net. Steal off the inbound on the drive. McMahon to the hoop. Lays it in and good.
I'm sure Raleigh would like that one back.
Indeed
Coach
she would.
P calls a quick timeout over there, I think, to talk about it.
30-13 at the timeout is Leominster's lead. 3:46 to play here in the second quarter. Coming
I'm
up.
emotionally drained already.
I was too. Did you see my pen flying through
I
the
did.
air?
Everything was flying through there. There was complete chaos.
I need a nap. I'm getting old.
Coming up
I
on Sunday morning here on the Scholastic Sports Zone, it's Sunday morning, 11 to noon. Howie Kahn, Sean Sweeney, a gaggle of guests, including their coach and player of the week, to be named later. All that's coming up Sunday morning, 11 to noon. Howie Kahn and Sean Sweeney inside the Scholastic Sports Zone right here on the
They're not going to be
K-Zone.
at US Bank Stadium?
Indeed, they will not be. But while we're promoting Sean Sweeney, let's throw another one at him. Thursdays here on the K-Zone. It's the LimeralLiner.com Sports Lunchbox with Tony Gannon and Sean Sweeney, noon to 1 o'clock here on the K-Zone as well. Bring your sports lunchbox to work right here on the K-Zone from noon to 1 o'clock.
I thought the same thing. He did. You just gave him
you
second
got the
billing.
final read, Sean. That's what
It is what it is.
I get the last billing all the time, Sean. Don't worry about it. Oh, back to action.
I was going to
Ball
say,
out of
we're back
bounds.
out of the timeout.
I think the
You know better than this, though. We're talking to Sean Sweeney off here. You can't double bill. You can't have name. It doesn't look good in the article. Doesn't sound good either coming out of my mouth.
steal.
And going back
On
the
the
other way.
pass.
Here's McMahon, the drive. Lay-in is good for 2. And Leominster's lead is halved once again, now at 30-15. 3.5 to play here in the second quarter. Trouble on the inbound. Picked on the full court pressure. They missed the lay-in, though. And now here comes Leominster with the run out. Skinner's got the ball. Goes back for Hutchinson. It was
Holy
tipped going
moly.
the other way. McMahon. Up court finds Gillooly. And can't get it to go. It's not that they've been short of the opportunities, have the Chieftains.
Leominster very sloppy here in the last 2 minutes. Number of steals and turnovers. committed. I'm thinking 4 or 5.
A little head fake and go. Skinner got the pass from Hutchinson. Goes up strong, got fouled. 2 shots coming up for Skinner at the line.
I'm going to guess that was probably 4 trips down the court that resulted in steals there. Just a sloppy basketball. And a couple of seniors involved in those turnovers, and good chance for Riley to get it back here.
Tennis match, we know.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of tennis, table tennis, that is, right here on the floor thus far.
Roth picks up her second team, 5th for the Chieftains with Skinner at the line. She missed her first.
Yeah,
right?
she did miss her first on that one. 3:06 to play here, second quarter, 30-15. Leominster's lead right now, and Skinner at the line. Looking to make it 1 of 2 on the trip. Gets the second. 31-15, Leominster's lead. 3:05 to play here in the second quarter. Gillooly comes up floor. Finds a driving McNulty. Runs into a double team, goes back to McMahon. Now McNulty reloads. Back to McMahon. Playing catch left side of the arc. Down low flash, Gillooly. Back to McNulty. Now to McMahon. 13 to shoot on the possession. Sets up a three-pointer on the right side from Payne. It looked pretty in the air. Got the back of the rim, won't go, and then back down floor in transition. Frederick is fouled by Gillooly, trying to scramble back into the play.
That last missed shot for Nashoba, the 8th missed 3 for the Chieftains. Perimeter shooting right now seems to be their bread and butter, but right now they have 19 missed shots in the first half.
Finnegan gets the inbound from Skinner right here in front of us. To Monville, now to Hutchinson. Low left block, missed everything. Hutchinson, though, tried to strip it in transition from Gillooly. She got the initial tip cleanly, and then as the ball came loose to her left, she reached over the top of her with that left arm, and that's a foul.
That's her third.
We'll put that in the frustration category, too, maybe, after missing, a fairly convertible shot under the basket and then having a chance for a steal, but not having to come through.
And right out of the game for Monville and Akachiri is Hutchinson. She'll go to the bench probably for the remainder of the half with the 3 fouls, as Kate pointed out. 2:23 to play here in the second quarter. 31-15, Leominster's lead.
One thing I will say, it has been a very clean game. Only 6 fouls on the Chieftain side and 5 on the Blue Devil side at this point.
Indeed. Inbound was picked off, and the lay-in good for Abby McNulty. Leominster here all of a sudden forgot what the first quarter and a half looked like.
Well, the press is just driving them crazy.
Indeed, Nakacheri threw it away at the midcourt again, and Frederick reaches over McMahon at the timeline, and that's a foul.
Chieftains throwing a little 2-1-2 press here with a nice side trap, and it's worked a couple of times here, resulting in steals.
Frederick with her first team, 6 for the Blue Devils, only 1 to give.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. The flash right at the left block. Turnaround 2 is good this time
Richard.
for Madison Richard. Now the inbound and a collision from McNulty.
That's a knee.
She went knee first into the thigh of Riley Skinner. She is up and walking it off. She tried to scramble into the play there and was a little off balance.
Rub some dirt on it, kiddo.
Yes, indeed. And Skinner will walk down floor on the 7th called foul against the Chieftains. 1 plus a bonus opportunity here, 1:50 to play in the second quarter.
One thing I am seeing here is that full court press is wreaking havoc with Blue Devils inbounds plays. And we're going to have to see what they can do to combat that, because it's definitely worked to cut into the Blue Devils' lead here as the first half's winding down.
Skinner gets the first one to go. She'll get the bonus shot. Second one is away. That one goes as well. 33-19, Leominster's lead.
She's feeling it tonight.
Indeed,
Let's hope that we can put together all 4 quarters. That's my only concern. No letdowns in the second half, please.
That's right, especially with the emotion and, of course, the stoppage at halftime. You almost want to play right through tonight.
Yeah. I'd be like, I'm good.
I'm good. Let's just play.
I'm good. Let's go.
Well, she hasn't taken a seat in the first half, so I'm sure she's fired up and wants to keep the game going one way or the other.
McNulty through Gillooly.
Ooh.
Ends up down low left block. That had to have hit a foot with the angle it came out, but Akachiri got the ball. Bothered, though, immediately defended there by Richard. Finds it out for Frederick. Frederick dribbles between 2 defenders, and there was the reach-in foul call on McNulty.
The officials, his facial expressions are absolutely phenomenal. The point right at who commits the foul and kind of that stern dad look like, listen, young lady, you can't do that. Nay, nay.
Got a little look like Danny Tanner out there tonight from
He
Full
does.
House.
Well, not really.
No, not so much. You don't see it?
He got the build.
Indeed. First one goes for Frederick at the line. Very experienced officiating crew here. These two guys have been here a long time.
Yep.
They date back a long way here, part of Board 44 here in North Central Mass. Second one will not go for Frederick. 1 of 2 on that trip. 1:15 to play here in the second quarter. 34-19, Leominster's lead. Right back down floor. McNulty through Gillooly.
That was open.
Sets up left side arc. McMahon feels it and strokes the 3.
Her 6th point of the second quarter.
Down to a minute. Frederick dribbled through 2 defenders again. Sets up Skinner. Left side. Buries the 2-pointer. 36-22. McNulty through Gillooly. Back to Gillooly. To the foul line. Leominster working a little 2-3 zone here. Half court to the left. 3-pointer from the left side. Off mark for Payne. Second opportunity for Richard. Won't go. Third chance now. Gillooly. 3 from the right side. Won't go. Fourth opportunity on the possession. Sets up a Payne 3 from the left side. Off the mark again. Put back opportunity. This one was missed, and Leominster's got the rebound. Shot clock off.
Moly.
22 seconds. 4-shot possession for the Chieftains, and nothing goes. Skinner fires it at the feet of Finnegan, who handles it. Feeds Frederick on the right side. Shuffle the feet before the dribble. Traveling violation the call. The ball goes back the other way. 12.3 to play.
So she went for a little
in the first
walk.
half.
You know, gotta get your steps in.
Gillooly, the inbound, finds
10,000 a
McNulty.
day.
Under 10 to play here in the second quarter. Gillooly back for McMahon. 4 seconds to play. Now 3. 2. Payne the long jumper for 2. Clock stop with 9/10 of a second, and it's a 2-point foul called. It will be against Skinner. So 2 shots coming up here. It was a 2-point shot attempt that was missed. And 2 shots coming up here at the line for Payne.
They gave that to Finnegan.
Oh. First one goes.
We'll take that.
Certainly to Leominster's benefit. Can't complain about that. Payne at the line loads the second. Fires away. Good.
I wouldn't want to see Finnegan get in foul trouble either, so.
There it is.
Monville inbounds for Skinner. Last 9/10 off the board, and we're at halftime here at the gym at Leominster High School on the K-Zone Game of the Week and here on our partners at Leominster TV. Halftime score, it's Leominster 36 and Nashoba 24. What a first half of action it was. First half brought to you by Woodcombe Insurance. The right coverage at the right price with a local team ready to help. Online at woodcombe.com here on our K-Zone Game of the Week. Again, halftime score, Leominster 36, Nashoba 24. We break, we recap the first half of action. When we come back, you are listening to the Game of the Week on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Back inside the gym at Leominster High School. Halftime here on our K-Zone Game of the Week and Leominster TV. 36-24. Leominster on top of Nashoba at the half. Halftime brought to you by Leominster Monument. Let Leominster Monument help you make precious memories of a loved one a forever memory with a one-of-a-kind crafted memorial. Leominster Monument, a family-owned company in Lunenburg. Online at leominstermonument.com. And our first half stats, Kate, it's a 36-24 Leominster lead. The important statistic, of course, with 19 first half points, Riley Skinner has got herself over 1,000. Checks off one thing we were talking about in this game.
Checks off one thing, and holy moly, her points per game average is going to skyrocket tonight unless she sits the bench for the entire second half. But she doesn't have any fouls right now, so I can't imagine that that's going to happen. Let's take a quick look at the stats. Let's take a look at the Nashoba Chieftain side of the ball first. Team totals first: 13 rebounds, 5 steals, 11 turnovers. They were 9 of 33 from the field. They're shooting 27%, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Individual contributions: 7 points for McMahon, McNulty with 2, Payne with 5, Roth with 5, Richard with 2, Donahue with 1, and Gillooly with 2. Let's take a look now at the Leominster Blue Devils side of things. The Lady Blue Devils team totals first: 13 of 27 from the field, shooting 48%. They are 6 of 9, shooting 67% from the charity stripe, 20 rebounds, a lot of offensive rebounds, which I really like to see, 6 steals, 12 turnovers. Individual contributions, we have Skylar Finnegan with 2 points, Smith with 2, Frederick with 1, Skinner, as you said, 19 points so far on the night. Absolutely huge totals there. Another really bright spot, Megan Hutchinson, 10 points in the first half of play, and Monville with 2 points. So right now things are looking up in just about every single category for the Blue Devils tonight.
A 36-24 halftime lead for Leominster. And Bill Thomas, I think the one thing that I look at, Kate mentioned Leominster, those second shot opportunities on possessions, getting the offensive rebound, getting the second opportunities, and converting. It was something they were not able to do in recent weeks.
Yeah, and let's give a lot of credit to the supporting cast of characters tonight. Megan Hutchinson, she stepped up. She's had a great first half. Haley Monville, sophomore, very active in the middle, looking to control the paint, rebound after rebound, keeping the ball up out of so it can't get knocked away. And Skylar Finnegan just coming out and helping control the offense, running the point and moving the ball around. I think the contributions of those girls specifically have led to the great first half that Riley Skinner has had.
And Riley Skinner, in this first half of action with her 19 points, joins the pantheon of women's basketball players here at the gym at Leominster High School. She joins Lauren Hatfield, Kerry Conway, Lindsay Delakiai, and Quinn O'Connell as the 5th girls basketball player in Leominster High School history to score 1,000 points for their career. All time, Ryan Turbide, the lone male representative on that list, making it 6 1,000-point scorers in Leominster High School history. 36-24 through one half of play. Second half action kicks off when we come back. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops on Leominster TV and listening to the K-Zone Game of the Week right here on WPKZ. Back inside the gym at Leominster High School, K-Zone Game of the Week, joined on Leominster TV as well. 36-24, Leominster on top of Nashoba at the half. Derek Drown back at Master Control, pushing the buttons and making the magic happen here on the K-Zone tonight. Our award-winning executive producer, Bradley Bedard, brings us the coverage here on Leominster TV, and Ms. 1,000-point scorer Riley Skinner to start second half action, pulls the trigger right at the timeline. And we're underway, third quarter here at the gym at Leominster High School. Leominster with control, half court to our left. There's Skinner, low left block, gets the feed down low and lays it in and good. And the second half begins the way the first half went. 38-24, Leominster with the lead. Skinner with 2 more points, make it 21 on the night.
Ooh, more balloons.
Not only does she know how to shoot from the outside, she knows how to run the baseline too.
Indeed she does. Adams with the pick and the drive. Can't get it to go. It was deflected. Last touch, Leominster. Chieftains got the basketball.
The balloons are late, but they came.
I was wondering, I saw them pregame and they hit them.
Yeah, they were. I was going to say, they were hiding there prior to the game. I'm assuming they're going to be part of the picture later on in the night. Here's a jumper from the right wing, won't go. Shot off the mark, and the rebound down for Leominster. Another one-shot possession for Nashoba.
Monville controlling the boards on the defensive end.
Set up a Skinner, left wing 2, won't go. She goes immediately into the defensive position as Roth runs down the rebound. The clear out, now Roth with the run out. Feeds down floor, Skinner took a swipe at it, blew right by. Ends up back at the top of the key, Giluli. Giluli tries to step between 2 defenders, and invariably somebody reached out. This one was Grace Adams. Stops the clock, 6:57 remaining here in quarter 3. Leominster 38 and Nashoba 24.
Adams team first for the Blue Devils in the second half.
Giluli gets the inbound.
Ooh.
Ball was tipped and then loose to Richard. It ends up over to Roth, who spots up a 3 and buries it. 6:45 to play here in the third. 38-27, Leominster's lead. Skinner over the head in the left wing. Baseline clears out. She drives, tries a little hesitation in the air. She lost the ball before getting the shot off. It got deflected to Montville, who with a very awkward jumper from the right elbow hits.
Nothing wrong with being awkward.
Nope, doesn't matter what it looked like, matters what the result is. Here's a 3 from the right wing, won't go for the Chieftains, into the front row out of bounds. Last touch, Leominster. Chieftains keep the basketball.
In the first half of play, the Chieftains 3 for 14 from behind the 3-point arc. 21% shooting from the perimeter tonight.
Well, we're talking stats. How many points Monville got, Kate?
6.
6?
Nope, 4.
4. Very impressed with her game tonight.
Indeed.
Very impressed.
Foul line for Richard. Turnaround
That was
shot.
pretty.
Jumper goes. 40-29, Leominster's lead a little bit thinner. Full court pressure again from the Chieftains. Hutchinson finds Skinner. Now it's 3-on-3 down the floor. Skinner, the drive, got the foul drawn, and the basket goes from the off angle.
Great body control, using the left side of the lane, awkward side for most kids, and used body control to absorb the contact and get the and one.
I have 2 awkward sides. Does that count?
Holy cow.
Most people have trouble doing that from their natural side, but the offside for a teenager, high school, it's not common to see that a girl or boy going both ways like that.
The foul shot won't go. 3-pointer for McNulty from the left side, and it hits. And the lead is just 10 at 42-32. 5:40 to play, third quarter. McNulty picks a pocket from behind, finds McMahon. Give back to McNulty. Spin on the right block. She hits the shot, and it's 42-34. And here comes the Chieftain charge. Leominster breaks the press, 3-on-1 down the floor, and the foul given there. It was Roth. She got the ball, but she hit with the body first. Chieftain crowd didn't like it. They wanted the momentum, but good call there. It was the low body first, and then the ball for the Swat.
Roth picks up her 3rd, team 2nd for the Chieftains.
Good job by Montville getting down the court on that fast break, but I tell you, that press is just driving the Blue Devils crazy on inbounds, and they haven't found an answer for it yet.
Faith Akacheri back into the ball game for Leominster. Spells Hutchinson for a few seconds. Monville at the line, 2nd shot away. Line drive in the front of the rim, won't go. And Richards got the rebound. Up for McMahon for Gillooly. Back through Gillooly to McMahon on the right side. Head fake back top of the key. Gillooly on the left side of the arc now. Go down low, baseline drive.
Ooh.
McNulty tried the reverse lay-in. Skinner put the one hand on it to cover it up. Held ball is the call, and on the alternate possession,
You could get
Chieftains get it back.
whiplash from doing that.
Cool
Skinner-
shot, didn't go
Holy
anywhere.
moly.
Skinner wasn't letting that ball
Nope.
leave the Nashoba shooter's
Denied.
hands.
Denied.
Sometimes those plays are the coolest. Inbound bounce pass, finds Richard. She's hung up with Monville. Foul called. 2 shots coming up from Madison Richard.
I got bad news.
Yes?
I forgot to stand up at halftime. Oh, money for me? You're gonna pay me? No. Okay.
Residuals for
I
being
can't
on
get money out of Todd either.
residuals for being on TV during halftime. I think that's
As
what it is.
as it turns out. Adorable little future Lady Devil or Chieftain potentially here in the 3rd row. They're very nice. Shot off the mark. Monville the rebound. 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. 43-35, Leominster's lead. Skinner in the right corner. Round it goes. Finds Finnegan. Finnegan the drive. Little push shot on the run. Won't go. And the rebound down in the hands of McMahon. McMahon into the front court.
I thought I was gonna get a paycheck.
Back for Roth. Roth sets up Gillooly. 3 from the left side won't go. Loose ball back to Gillooly. Bounce pass. Now Gillooly reloads to McMahon. Straight away 3. Back rim, no. High bounce, no. McNulty sets up Gillooly again. This left-hand shot from the right corner won't go. 4th opportunity on the possession. Doesn't go either. Akachiri the rebound finds Finnegan in transition.
Whew.
Finnegan gave up her feet a little bit, but manages to dribble out to the left side of the arc.
Thank God you can talk and not breathe.
Akachiri feeds inside for Monville. Got it up on the rim. Got the bounce and got it to go.
Monville
job
with with 5 points so far in the 3rd quarter.
McNulty, a little lean. Now the drive
Did she
through
dribble?
4 Blue Devils. I don't think she did.
That's
a
the
long advantage.
Euro step we
Yes,
just saw there.
indeed.
Coming
This
to
is
the
a-
high school
this is
game.
the NBA.
Back down floor. Finnegan with the jumper from the left wing goes.
It's like there is no way she dribbled the ball.
Christina Seabury up off the bench for the Chieftains. Grabs another timeout.
I could do that.
As could
You
I.
gotta tuck and you gotta protect that. Protect the rock.
Next thing to be tuck and roll.
Indeed.
Pop up for a layup.
It's like there was no dribble there.
3:52 to play in the 3rd frame. 47-35, Leominster's lead. Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Colonial Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Hudson. See the difference that selection, service, and price make. Dealer of the Year 5 years in a row. Online at buycolonialdodge.com.
Greatest teacher from Nashoba Regional, Griff, in the house. JV softball coach,
Yes.
Griff, in the house. So excited. He has no idea who I am right now, but I'll see him later. But he's a lovely man.
Lots of personality there.
Oh, boy.
You can tune in to the K-Zone coming up on Sunday. That's AM 1280, 105.3 FM as the Pats are on a quest for their 6th championship.
Who?
The
That's the
Blitz
good
for
old
6?
New England Patriots.
Oh, is the game Sunday?
They take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 52 comes your way here on the K-Zone Sunday with pregame from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Begins at 2 o'clock. 4.5 hours later, kickoff at 6:30, and all the action of Super Bowl 52
We need
is
to
right
do a
here
4.5 hour
pregame
pregame
on the
someday.
K-Zone.
Billy and I can barely talk
Bring
for
it
30.
on. I can do it.
I
Thanksgiving this year, I'm going for it. 4.5 hours of coverage.
Yeah, we wouldn't see you for 4 of those.
I will. Oh, no, you're right. Billy and I will be doing 4 hours worth of coverage. You're
Wait,
darn
something's
right.
happening here. The Leominster
Indeed,
Blue
there's
Devils have
some
the
hoop
basketball.
action.
Turnover.
Out of the
Just
timeout.
saying.
Finnegan into the front court left. 3.5 to play in the third quarter.
Billy's right, though.
Not wrong. I've done the morning show on Thanksgiving morning
know.
from there before. That was a long time, and it was cold. Ball strip. McNulty with the run out. Tipped by Finnegan, and a travel call. And that brings Coach Seabury up off the bench for the Chieftains. She's furious that the foul call didn't happen. They said the steps came before the contact.
How sweet was that
Akachiri
call,
throws
though?
it away to Giluli. Giluli gets the basket to go, and the foul.
And I got to tell you, Galuli is the spark plug in that press, and she has a number of steals and layup attempts. And the Blue Devils just do not have an answer for her specifically when it comes to breaking that press. She's all over the place.
Way to scramble back into the play for Giluli. Wow.
Maybe, I don't know, Kate, I know you don't keep track of steals. Sean's
I
over
do.
here in the corner. You got steals on Kaluli, though.
Oh,
How
no.
many does she have? Because Sean might be able to help us with that.
That one deflected into the front row by McMahon.
I'm curious on stat specific.
I just have team steals.
I'm going to see if I can get something from
Let's
him
give
during
them
the
all
break.
to her.
Cross court. This
Whoa.
one finds Skinner. Skinner 3-on-1 down the floor.
Oh,
She
my
faked it,
word.
gave up the
Not
body.
outside.
Down she goes after bouncing off
Oh.
of Richard.
She got the call.
She did. Block
Oh,
called
boy.
against Richard. 2 shots coming up for Skinner.
Thought that was going to go the other way.
Todd, if you did that, you would literally crumble into pieces.
2
on the floor.
words. Reckless abandon.
Yep.
But it works. 3:08 to play here in the third quarter.
You would literally crumble.
Skinner can't get the first to go. Akachiri checks back into the game on the buzzer. Spelling Hutchinson, little offense for defense here as Coach Palazzi tries to play Hutchinson, who's got the 3 fouls from the first half, wants to keep her alive through the rest of the game. Second shot won't go either. And the ball down in the hands of Giluli. Giluli down floor, finds Richard. Richard missed on the underside of the rim. Skinner got the rebound and crossed the baseline out of bounds.
First, she didn't reestablish, Todd. She was out of bounds and didn't get back in time. I
Made
think she went for
contact.
actually, I think she had a block on that play. She didn't get back in bounds, but definitely disrupted it.
Giluli, little touch pass, sets up a McMahon 3, and that hits. Pretty play. And the lead is down to 6, 47-41. Leominster's lead, under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter.
McMahon up to 10 points so far, all of which coming in the second and third quarters.
Foul in transition came right here at the mid-court line as Skinner was trying to run between 2 defenders on the dribble.
That is going to be Roth's 4th.
And so out of the game, in this case, goes Roth. 2:47 to play here in the third quarter, nursing 4 fouls.
And the Chieftains are going to have to look for some scoring because she's their third leading scorer, so we'll see who they go to.
Frederick forces a pass looking for Finnegan, given away. 3-on-2 if they hurry is Giluli. The drive, drew the foul, count the basket, and 1! Oh my!
She is fired up. She was counting that with the hammer before the official.
2:35 to play in the third quarter, and the lead is just 4 at 47-43, and the Chieftains have come back the long way here into this one, and with a chance to complete the 3-point play, it's Giluli.
It's a fun name.
Giluli can't get it to go. The lead's still 4, but the Chieftains, another opportunity on the possession. Cross-court skip, Giluli, left corner 3, she buries that one!
Wow.
And the lead is just 1 at 47-46. 2:20 to play here in the third quarter. Inbound for Skinner. Giluli collides with Skinner.
And that's going to be, I think, her 4th.
The officials and the crowd and Coach Seabury have a discussion, but last time I checked, hip check not allowed.
And you can't step on the blind. You can't step in the blind side either.
Galuli picks up her
third.
Team 5th.
Crowd getting a little ugly here as we have cut it down to 1, 47-46.
They're getting involved.
The Leominster's lead is 1, 2:20 to play in the third quarter. Hey, we like a good participatory night here.
As long as they're not participatory against us. That's all we ask.
Indeed.
Participate away.
Scholastic Sports Zone, Sunday mornings here on the K-Zone, 11 to noon. Howie Kahn and Sean Sweeney. They've got a gaggle of guests, including their coach and player of the week.
To be determined.
Coming up this Sunday, 11 to noon. Scholastic Sports Zone with Howie Kahn and Sean Sweeney right here on the K-Zone, AM 1280 and 105.3 FM.
All right, and tonight's game brought to you by Sean Patrick's Restaurant and Catering. Any event, any size, from backyard to black tie, guests from 15 to 1,500. The home of creativity, diversity, and flavor at 494 Electric Ave in Lunenburg. Online at SeanPatricksRestaurant.com.
2:20 to play in the third quarter. I know you can.
I read good.
I never done.
I read good.
Indeed you do. The Derek Zoolander School for kids who can't read good, as it turns out.
Graduate.
Hutchinson back in the ballgame out of the timeout. Fed Monville, gave it away. Monville was wide open at the foul line on the defensive end. Meanwhile, here come the Chieftains. Half-court offense set up on a run here. Clock has not started. Now it did after a good 10 seconds. And Monville reaches over the back of Richard with a little hand check from behind. Chieftains keep the basketball down low, and they get a fresh 30 on the possession.
You know, interestingly, as involved as Sarah Gillily's bench, she's not on the court right now as the third quarter's winding down with 3 fouls. She's sitting the end of the third quarter out here.
Monville picks up her 3rd, team 5th.
McMahon, left side drive. Feed top of the key. Now down low, McNulty goes inside looking for Richard. Richard, back top, McMahon, 3 from straight away. No roll, Monville the rebound. Immediate outlet for Skinner. Leominster holding that 1-point lead. 1:45 to play here in the third quarter. 47-46. Hutchinson finds Monville. Low left block wide open. Missed the shot completely. Back up floor, McMahon finds McNulty. Left wing, won't go. Skinner battle for the rebound. To the floor goes everybody. Finnegan's got the loose ball in transition. 2-4, Leominster didn't have numbers. And now they wait for the rest of the team. Hutchinson feeds, missed everything. It set up a Monville shot, also missed everything. And the Chieftains bring the ball back into the front court to our right. McNulty sets up a left wing 3 and hits.
That's Payne.
Indeed, that's Jill Payne. And the Chieftains have their first lead of the night at 49-47 with a minute to play here in the third quarter. Monville, the rebound, put back won't go. Hutchinson into the play, and the foul is committed on the floor.
She's not happy. She thinks that should be a shooting foul, and I think she's got a good point. It's going to be side out.
The Chieftains pick up their 6th foul of the second half. It's going to be Payne's first.
I got to tell you, Chieftains have made a ball game out of this, and it's all come off the back of that full court press on the inbounds.
Mm-hmm.
Number of turnovers, number of steals and conversions on layups, and it's all been led by Sarah Gillily.
Skinner, foul line Hutchinson. Hutchinson the drive, off balance shot won't go. Monville the rebound, up strong, does not go. Rebound down in the hands of Richard for Nashoba.
She got a number of rebounds on both ends of the court. She just can't get those putbacks to fall.
40.5 seconds to play in the third quarter. Chieftain lead is 49-47. They're content to milk out the clock here. Might have their first lead at the end of a frame tonight. Cutter down the lane, the drive, that basket is up. It will not roll. Back down floor, it's Adams. About a 2-second differential shot clock to game clock.
Ooh.
Finnegan feeds Skinner, 3 from straight away, got the front of the rim out of bounds. And the ball back to the Chieftains, 15.5 seconds to play in the third.
One of the things you guys have been talking about, really impressed with the game adjustments from the Nashoba Chieftains coaching staff in the second half here. They've done a really nice job, as you said, bringing on that full court pressure and really putting a lot of pressure on the Blue Devils to perform. And right now, some of the hotter people out there for the Blue Devils.
And that's why you don't throw the ball Official needed to reset the net, flip the ball up, hit the rim, and it went back over his head.
It almost
and it
ate
didn't
it.
reset the net. So had to try the second opportunity. Got it now. We're back to action. 10
No
seconds to
one's
play
perfect.
here in the third. Into the front court. Back top of the key, McMahon. 5 seconds to play. Around the world. Sets up a three, well off the mark, and that's the way the third quarter will end. 3 quarters in the books from the gym at Leominster High School with the score. Nashoba 49 and Leominster 47. A break and the all-important fourth quarter when we come back. You're listening to the K-Zone Game of the Week right here on WPKZ. Back inside the gym at Leominster High School here on the K-Zone Game of the Week, brought to you by Blue Rock Energy. You have choices when it comes to energy providers, and Blue Rock Energy offers solid choices, excellent customer relationships, evolving solutions to meet your needs. More details online at bluerockenergy.com. Kate, through 3 quarters, what do you got?
William, how many Chieftains have 5 or more points in this game?
6.
6. Well done. Well done.
Which is right at their average.
Yep.
And there was a inadvertent horn from the table.
They didn't get the clock started, that's why. It's still on 8. We inbounded.
There was a smile and a wink. Timing's been a little bit of an issue tonight.
We're playing 12-minute quarters.
Calling Mike Griffin.
I
Calling
know
Mike
it.
Griffin. If you're
Oh.
within the sound of my voice, we need your help here at the
No,
clock
they're doing
tonight.
all right. Everybody's
Hey,
good.
but it's always good to make people who aren't here feel appreciated.
That's
isn't
right.
it?
Wanted, needed.
Exactly. Start of the fourth
Love.
quarter. 49-47. Nashoba with the lead. Leominster with possession. 10 to shoot.
Okay, girls, come
Finnegan playing catch with Adams. Adams launches the 3. Line drive low of the mark and out of bounds. Great defense by the Chieftains there. 30 seconds off the clock, and they still lead by 2. Leominster nothing on the possession. This 49-47 Chieftains lead through 3 quarters. According to Sean Sweeney, it was a 14-0 run. That
Seems
is
worse than that.
quite a transition indeed.
on. Blue Devils really need a W in this game in order to make that 10 for districts possible.
And throw that one on to the fire as well. 3-pointer for Callie McMahon is good. And it's 52-47. Skinner off the left side of the arc. Now she's going to do something special. Little dribble drive all the way to the basket and lays it in and good. And it's 52-49 Nashoba.
That's what I want to see.
She's got 25 points on the night.
But she's been awful quiet here in the second half.
She has. Only 4 points in the third quarter.
A deafening first half and then deafening silence in quarter 3. McNulty playing
Not
catch
silent, a little dribble.
with Roth. Roth the drive. Shot off the mark. Down low, Monville. Held ball is going to be the call, and the alternate possession goes to Nashoba.
Okey-dokey.
Share the ball.
All right, all right.
Looking for the inbound here. Roth needs some help here. Got a little help from McMahon and went out of bounds. And the ball back to Leominster.
Once again, the press.
Hutchinson will inbound, try to break pressure.
Sarah Galuli leading it, waving people around.
Indeed. Here's the inbound. Finds Finnegan. Right back to Hutchinson under her own hoop. Dangerous play. Hutchinson to Skinner. Skinner will walk it across the timeline. 20 to shoot, 6.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Goes to the foul
lollipops
line,
scared me.
finds Hutchinson. Bangs it off the backboard to herself. Missed both shots. And then commits a foul on the rebound. That will be number 4.
Her second frustration foul tonight after not having things go her way, getting a little aggressive on the defensive end.
It's going to be her 4th, team 6th.
And Leominster just got a whole lot smaller as Hutchinson's got to go to the bench with 4 fouls. 6:21 to play here in the fourth quarter. She'll probably hang there for 2.5, maybe 3 minutes. Inside of 4 minutes, she'll be back in the
If
game.
this gets tight, they're going to need her in the home stretch.
Indeed, they will. Skinner waved wildly. It goes through Gilhooly. Looking for Roth. Back to Gilhooly. And now back to Roth. 6:05 to play here in the fourth quarter. Drive left side, little skid. Could have been called for the walk and wasn't. Gilhooly, the drive-in kick, was looking for Richard. Threw it overhead into the front row out of bounds.
I don't know what your problem is. Everybody's just trying to get their steps in.
And indeed they are. They're getting their steps on the Fitbit. Just got to dribble the basketball.
That's secondary.
Dr. Naismith designed a rule to deal with that. It's called dribbling.
They don't tell the NBA players that that's part of the rule, though.
Tell me about it. That's why I don't watch the game. Here's the reach-in foul for McMahon. Cross Finnegan. And that will be, it looks like,
seven.
7 called there. Yeah, 1 and 1, the signal from the table. So Leominster goes to line. They'll be in the bonus the rest of the way. 5:51 to play in the fourth quarter. They only have the 1 to give as well. For the Chieftains will be bonus rest of the way.
That's McMahon's first.
Finnegan missed the shot. Leominster needs those. Cannot afford to give up the freebies. And the rebound for the Chieftains down floor. It's McNulty. Dropped it off for Roth. Back for McMahon. McMahon turn around, square to the hoop. Feeds Richard. Richard to Giluli. Dribble back, left-hand shot from the foul line, no go. Rebound, Richard put back, no go. Third opportunity, McNulty got fouled. They gave her the continuation on that one. I think McNulty's got 2 from the line. I think she was fouled with possession on the floor.
Yeah, I think
generous.
so too. But you know, they're giving them those steps. Might as well put it up and see what happens. And she got the call.
That's another NBA rule, continuation.
Give her the steps.
That don't exist in college or here in high school.
Just throw
Adams'
it up.
second, team 7th for the Blue Devils, and the bonus now are the Chieftains.
McNulty at the line. Left-hand shot goes. Expands that Chieftain lead.
Foul shot stats by any chance, Kate?
Oh boy, at the
I know.
That's all right. At the half, 75% for Nashoba, 67% for Leominster. Let's see. Same stats there, but Leominster
off
missed 5 in the second half.
That was an 0 for there. But,
So 6, missed 6.
1 for 2, I'm sorry.
Akachiri gets the feed from Skinner. A little push shot from baseline left. Will go. Cuts the lead to 2. 53-51. 5:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. Giluli up floor. Finds Roth. Half court to our right. McMahon now puts it on the floor on the drive. Down the lane. And the foul is called, looks like Akachiri.
No, it's going to be Finnegan. That'll be
The
her
reaching
third, team 8th.
And that will be the one that Leominster gave. And it sends Callie McMahon to the line. 1 plus a bonus opportunity. First shot up, and she hits.
This right now, between the perimeter shooting in the second half for Nashoba and the missed free throws by Leominster in this second half really is part of the differential that we're seeing here.
54-51. Nashoba's lead is 3. And it stays that way. Shot off the mark. Rebound Monville. Finds Skinner. Skinner brings it into the front court, and Coach Palazzi signals for the timeout. Stops the clock. 4:58 to play here in the fourth quarter. 54-51 is the Chieftain lead. Game reset brought to you by Acme Carpet One in Lunenburg, a local family-owned floor covering store doing business in the same location for over 50 years. Acme Carpet One understands that you care about your home and need quality workmanship. Online at acmecarpetone.com. 4:58 to play in the fourth quarter. 54-51. Nashoba's lead. Alternate possession favors Nashoba. Fouls to give both teams in the bonus, 8 and 7 respectfully. Leominster with the 8, Nashoba with 7. So 1 and 1 for now with a couple more to go. And again, that alternate possession arrow faces Nashoba. So on a tie-up, they would retain possession. Fouls, Kate, here on the reset right now. Leominster, I know we've got Hutchinson's holding 4. Right now, Chieftains really, they've got Roth with just the 4, and she's on the floor. They've got Giluli with 3.
Yes, and Leominster also Monville with 3 and Finnegan with 3 as well.
So those are your game reset brought to you by Acme Carpet One.
I think it's time for Riley to step up here and take over the game. She's had her fun. Now let's put some points in that are going to make a difference
It'd
right
be
now.
even more fun to win on the same night.
Exactly.
You got 1,000. Cross court skip, find Frederick. Push shot doesn't go from long distance. Got her own rebound though. Reloads to Finnegan. Finnegan driving kick for Adams. Adams sets up a Frederick 3. Does not go. 2 misses on that possession for Leominster. McMahon with it in front of Skinner. Skinner tried to pick it from the back door. Can't do it. And now McNulty with the basketball. Around for Giluli. Sets up the shot for Richard. Doesn't go. Same team. Hutchinson and Skinner. Hutchinson the rebound. Got a little exciting, and into the front court we go. Finnegan. Balance the floor for Adams. 4:15 to play. Foul line, turnaround shot. Won't go from the right elbow off the hand of Skinner. Giluli's got the rebound. Skinner lurking back there. Giluli kicks. Finds Payne. High arcer won't go. Hutchinson the rebound. Throws it up floor for Skinner. Just out of her reach. And run down by Payne under 4 minutes to play in the fourth. Kept the pressure on. The loose ball goes to Giluli, who will slow things down. Giluli into the front court for McNulty. Through Payne to McMahon. McMahon back to Gillooly, top of the key. Tries the left side this time. Reload to McNulty, top of the key. 7 to shoot. Down low, throw it away right to Hutchinson. Hutchinson goes up floor. Immediately tipped away by McMahon. Loose ball to Gillooly. Gillooly the drive. Foul line. It was tipped by Frederick. Battle to the floor. Gillooly runs it down. Steps out with it. The shot won't go. And the loose ball out of bounds. They say last touch is Leominster. And the Chieftains keep the basketball. 29 to shoot. 3:18 to play in the fourth with a 3-point lead at 54-51.
Tough sequence right there. A couple of more turnovers by the Blue Devils.
Looking for the inbound. Long 4. In it goes McNulty. Drive. It was picked by Finnegan. Loose ball to Adams. Leominster had the pressure, and they decided to slow things in the half court, and then almost gave it away to McNulty, scrambling back into the play. Cross court Adams. Now Hutchinson in the left wing. Back top of the key Finnegan. Tries right side. Set up a Frederick 3, and she hits, and we're tied at 54. Under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. What a game of the week here on the K-Zone tonight. Nashoba and Leominster knotted at 54. Nashoba with the basketball. Gillooly, 18 to shoot. She drives down the lane. Scoop shot, won't go. Tipped by Hutchinson, out of bounds. The Chieftains keep the basketball, and they give them a reset. They had 13 on the shot clock, and the reset goes. Now they're going to run it down to 27.
Well, you know.
So
Sure.
27 to shoot.
It's better than 13.
It's better in their perspective. The inbound goes for McMahon. Foul given by Hutchinson, and her night is over.
Unfortunately, it's going to be a big hole to fill there as the last 2:37 of the game winds down too.
2:37 to play in the fourth quarter. Teams knotted at 54, and Megan Hutchinson has fouled out of the basketball game.
Unless they gave that foul to somebody else.
No.
Coach Palazzi gets 30 seconds to talk this over. He uses the time to talk to Skinner and Monville. Monville checks into the game. Megan Hutchinson fouls out tonight, Kate, with a great night scoring for her.
Yes, 10 points all in the first half for Hutchinson.
And an important 10 in that first half of action that has slowly leaked away for Leominster. McMahon puts Nashoba back on top from the line, hitting the first.
McMahon and Gillooly have been so intense in this second half for the Chieftains.
That one goes as well. 56-54. Nashoba with the full court pressure. Frederick for Skinner for Monville. 3-on-1. Monville turn around the paint. Banks it in and good. Team's knotted at 56. Skinner runs down the inbound. Skinner with the 3. It won't go. Finnegan now puts it back up, and a foul called. Finnegan was fouled on the shot. Two shots coming up from the left side.
What a sequence right there.
Oh, my. 2:32 to play in the fourth quarter. Teams knotted at 56. Finnegan goes to the line, shooting 2.
I can't impress upon you how much I am impressed by Haley Monville's play tonight.
Absolutely.
I mean, she's been all over the court.
That's what you need.
Number of rebounds, both offensively and defensively. Still got some work to do in a shot, but man, she is battling.
And Finnegan hits the first to put Leominster back on top. 57 to 56.
He's so excited with the whiteboard.
2:32 to play in the fourth
so
quarter.
Excited.
And Coach Seabury takes the timeout for the Chieftains.
I love Coach Palazzi when he gets all pumped.
My.
Just gotta get stuff.
It's
Sean Sweeney can hardly contain himself here on press row.
Well, you got
He
something
is
to
citing
talk
it
about
as
on
his
Sunday.
most exciting game he's covered.
All winter.
Game reset coming up here, brought to you by Chapdelaine GMC. The right truck can make your job easier. Chapdelaine GMC has been selling and servicing commercial trucks since 1969. Chapdelaine also has a great selection of commercial used trucks as well. Stop by Route 2A in Lunenburg or online at chappygm.com. 57-56, Leominster with the lead. Finnegan's got one more shot coming from the foul line. Alternate possession favors Leominster. 9 fouls called against Leominster, 8 against Nashoba. So Leominster will give up the double bonus on the next foul. Chieftains with 2 to give. Megan Hutchinson is fouled out for Leominster, but Finnegan completes it 2 of 2 on the trip. 58-56, 2.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. And the ball back to Gillooly. Leominster in the half-court defense. Half-court to our right. Gillooly drops at the low block left. Turnaround shot. It was deflected by Monville. Loose ball into the hands of Skinner. And Skinner will slow things down. Crossing the half court, Skinner kicks. Now a little give and go. Wide open, takes it to the rack. She hesitated in the air. Too strong off the glass. And the rebound down into the hands of McMahon. Token pressure in the transition game. Giluli brings it into the front court for the Chieftains. Kick back, find Roth. Roth through the foul line. Defense collapsed away from her. She missed the shot. Loose ball in the hands of Adams. 1:50 to play in the fourth quarter. Leominster's lead is 2 at 58-56. Cross court, it's Adams. Adams finds Finnegan. They play catch with 18 to shoot. Taking their time here, Coach Palazzi keeping him away. Frederick in the corner. Cross court, it's a giveaway. Going the other way, it's Roth. Roth, 3-on-3, throws on the brakes. Now drives, passes Finnegan, lays it in and good. We're knotted at 58. 1:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Up for the ball, was tipped away, stolen by Roth. Roth feeds McMahon, tries to find McNulty, and Monville will knock it out of bounds. There was a collision on the floor. 4 players' bodies go flying, but the ball stays with the Chieftains. 1:16 to play in the fourth quarter.
Somehow Monville got back in that play and stopped an easy 2 on a layup, wide open too.
Inbound, finds Richard. Richard, the jumper, and the foul called. Coach Palazzi, furious and hopping mad over on the bench.
The outside official called that. Outside
And
official.
there was a whistle and a point toward the bench. I didn't see a signal for a technical foul. No, does not appear so.
No.
But
Richard at the line.
Wing official called that, and the official on the baseline just kind of watched it and kind of wondered who had the better view of that, the closest official or the guy in the stands, but calls a call.
Shot missed. 1:13 to play in the fourth. Richard, 0 of 2 on the trip. Still knotted at 58. Giluli's got the rebound. Giluli feeds McMahon. It was tipped. Monville called for the foul.
That's her 5th.
She's out.
And Haley Monville's out of the basketball
So now
game.
who's your big?
2 ticky
Coach
tacks.
Palazzi says next person up, and here comes Faith Akachiri.
2 ticky tacks right there in the last.
There has not been a
15
signal from the
seconds.
table.
They said 4.
They said 4.
No.
That
They gave
one
it to
goes
10.
for
Gave that
McMahon.
They gave it to Riley.
Riley Skinner got billed for that foul, so Monville continues in the game. Meanwhile, McMahon puts Nashoba on top at 59-58. Missed the second one, but the rebound down in the hands of Richard. Richard being swarmed. Loose ball for Monville. It goes loose to Skinner. Skinner's got the ball for Leominster. A minute to play in the fourth quarter. Into the front court, and a timeout taken by Coach Palazzi. 57.1 to play here in the fourth quarter. Nashoba with the 59-58 lead.
Back
Breathe,
and forth
Todd.
we go.
Breathe, Todd.
Wow.
Back and forth. And
Inhale, exhale.
What a game thus far. What a second half of play. Remember, Leominster had that huge lead at halftime. Then it slowly evaporated into this fourth quarter of play.
yeah, and due to a lot of standing around, I think, in the second half, and we saw a couple of girls just didn't come out and play there in that third quarter. The lead evaporated, but since Leominster fell behind, I believe 51-48, they have come back to take the lead and make a game out of it here the last 6 minutes.
What a game it has been. Game reset brought to you by North End Mazda. Chase Road in Lunenburg. See the latest new and used inventory online at buynorthend.com. 59-58, Nashoba's lead. 57.1 to play here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 24 seconds. Leominster has given all the fouls they have. Double bonus the rest of the way for the Chieftains. Chieftains have 2 to give before double bonus. They've committed 8 thus far, so Leominster will be shooting 1 and 1. The arrow favors Leominster. And Leominster has the basketball out of the timeout. Skinner will inbound, half court opposite, right in front of the official table. Into the half court left for Finnegan. Finds Adams. Feeds Finnegan. Playing catch on the left side. Adams back to Finnegan. Taking their time, 15 to shoot. Now 45. Floater to Skinner.
Goodness.
Skinner tries to step through the defense. She got tripped, and floor burn city as she skids
Coach
across the
Palazzi
floor.
Screaming. Oh my God.
Coach Palazzi going right here. This is where I was hoping for that to happen. Talks to Grace Adams over on the bench. Skinner goes to the line, 1 plus a bonus opportunity.
That,
here.
however, is going to be Roth's 5th,
And there's been no horn signaling that.
but it's up
Or
there.
was there?
But it's up
Yes, there was. Roth has gone to the bench.
there.
That one didn't roll. Monville the rebound. Monville tried to put it up, couldn't. Frederick dribbling out of trouble, and she traveled with it inside the paint. And it sends the Chieftain crowd into jubilation.
Once again, Montville very active all over it, but
full court pressure from Leominster now, and they have to give the foul. Skinner gave it on Giluli. Giluli will go to the line to shoot 2. 35.2 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Nashoba with a 59-58 lead. Chance to make it 3 points.
And I'm not sure you want the other team's leading scorer at the foul line right now, but we'll see how this last 35.2 plays out here.
She has not been to the line tonight, however.
You sure?
Yep.
Really?
Pretty darn.
Pretty darn?
I don't have anything written down. I know, but look.
You sure?
Giluli shot
doesn't matter.
goes. First one from the line falls. 60-58. The lead is 2 for the Chieftains.
Still a one-possession lead.
They can keep it at one possession but make it 3 points. With this one, Giluli's shot is away, and it goes. 61-58. Timeout Chieftains, and the celebration begins on the bench. Up 3, 35.2 to play here in the fourth. Interesting choice.
Celebrating the lead, I don't know how much of a celebration, but you got to remember exuberant athletes. But I tell you, the last person I wanted to see step up to the line, whether she's been there tonight or not, was Giluli.
She hasn't missed much.
She buried him. So I tell you, she's been the story of the second half of the Nashoba Chieftains, without a doubt. You know, and on the other side, Haley Monville's been all over the court, but you know, unfortunately, she's going to be just a footnote in what's going on tonight with the Riley Skinner 1,000 and what Sarah Gillily's done on the other side.
Throw McMahon in there as
Yeah.
well
Yes,
for the enthusiasm, and I would agree with you, Billy.
McMahon's got 17 on the night right now.
Those are off the bench.
And Giluli has 11.
Yeah, and it's tough to but, you know, we talked about that balanced scoring. Right at 11, that's her average, the other team, and then you get somebody that throws in 17 and everybody else is at their average. It's hard to defense that.
Game reset brought to you by Hometown Bank, your neighborhood bank since 1889. Sac Boulevard, Leominster, 7 other area locations, online, hometowncoop.com. 35.2 to play here in the fourth. 61-58 Nashoba's lead. Both teams double bonus rest of the way. Alternate possession favors Leominster. Shot clock differential, 5.2 seconds. Leominster to inbound. Monville needs some help. Pass was deflected. It got to Frederick. There was a hip check. Are they going to call it on McNulty?
Yes, they are.
And they did. Abby McNulty, the sophomore, gets billed for the foul. Leominster's Frederick's got 2 shots coming from the line and a chance to make it a 1-point game.
Oh, yeah, that is number 10.
Yep.
A little slow on the scoreboard. But you're right, Todd. 2 coming up. Chance to cut the lead to 1.
And here we go. All important. Free throws have been questionable.
And I think more important is no matter what happens here, the Blue Devils don't necessarily need to foul. They just need to play defense.
Frederick cannot get the first to go.
Play
Free throws
defense.
first, right?
Play some defense.
Yes.
Free throws first, but you got to play defense. You don't want to foul.
Can make it a 2-point game here. Shot away. That one won't go too strong. Frederick got back in the play, kept the ball alive, held ball. Skinner in the battle with Gilhooly, and on the alternate possession, Leominster gets the basketball back. 32.5 seconds to play in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Indeed.
What a turn of events right there. Frederick somehow got a hand in there and knocked that rebound away.
Skinner to inbound, finds Frederick. Touch pass, Finnegan in the corner. Back to Frederick, takes the 3. It is short of the mark. Run down there by Payne. Payne tries to run it out in the backcourt. She'll move it up for McMahon. And there was the foul given, and McMahon will go to the line. She is fired up, having a great night tonight.
She's having a night. She's having the night.
17 points for her, and so far in the fourth quarter, she is 4 of 6 from the line.
And here she is at the line tonight. She seemingly had the touch. 20.5 seconds to play here in the fourth. Shot clock off the rest of the way. McMahon can't get it to go, and the lead stays 3. Coach Palazzi has Adams leak out down floor. McMahon hits the second. 2-possession game, 4 points. 62-58. Token pressure by McMahon. Finnegan's going to pick it up early. Starts the clock. Finds Skinner. Skinner with the dribble. Skinner steps between 3 defenders, lays it in good, and the lead is 2 at 62-60. Coach Palazzi, quick off the bench with the timeout. Stops the clock with 12 and a half seconds to play. Here in the fourth quarter, Nashoba with the 62-60 lead.
It's coming right down, and right now we need a steal here, and it's a good time for the Blue Devils to break out their press if they have one.
Game reset brought to you by Daewoo North Superstore. Open 7 days a week, offering a hand-selected lineup of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Good credit, bad credit, no credit at all. We'll help you get the vehicle you want. Online at 49ismine.com. Our Daewoo North Superstore game reset, 62-60, Nashoba's lead. 12 and a half seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Both teams have maxed out on fouls. Double bonus the rest of the way. Alternate possession with the Chieftains now.
Well, all I can say is put all 5 up there, wave every hand you got, and don't worry about that home run pass right now. Just guard against us inbounds.
Probably going to look for a steal here.
Try to get a steal right here in the forecourt.
But like you said, Billy, you've got to
all
avoid giving
hands
up
on
points
deck.
on the possession.
Yep.
So you got to scramble back into the half court or give the foul quickly.
You got to make this steal right here.
Looking
Put
for
as
an
much
inbound.
pressure as you can.
They look down floor. Long inbound. They find their mark. They find Richard. Richard dribbles between 2.
Oh.
Adams gives the foul. She didn't have a choice.
No.
She had to come a long way to give the foul. 2 defenders were right next to her there. Cost Leominster a couple of seconds. You got to give that foul. 8.5 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think she did the right thing there. As soon as they got it into the front court here, you had to foul, and you can't let them dribble that out once you didn't get the steal on the inbounds.
And so that sends Madison Richard to the line. The senior captain hits the first. Makes it a 3-point game at 63-60.
Her first point of the game. Oh, nope, pardon me. Nope, 6th point of the game.
Leominster needs a little help here. A miss would be good. Shot up. And that one touches all the iron. And it falls for Madison Richard. 64-60. Finnegan, the touch for Skinner. Skinner drives down floor, needs a basket. Long 2, won't go. This one, rebound for McNulty. That's how it's going to end. Nashoba, a comeback victory tonight. A phenomenal girls basketball game in our K-Zone game of the week. Gets a standing ovation from the Chieftain crowd. What a comeback.
What a game.
64-60, they're a winner tonight.
What a game, what a game. A lot of stars, a lot of storylines. But the final storyline is a big win, a big comeback win by the Chieftains, 64-60.
64-60 indeed. Nashoba with the big comeback victory. What a comeback indeed in this one.
Nice little embrace there at half court between Riley Skinner and Sarah Galuli. Great show of respect there. 2 seniors just leaving everything on the court tonight, and just a great show of mutual respect there.
And what I knew would be the case. Riley Skinner, of course, gets her 1,000 points, and she looks frustrated going over to the bench. She wanted the win more maybe than that milestone of 1,000 points.
Couldn't agree more, Todd. It's more fun. You're here to have fun, but it's more fun when you win. I'm sure she had fun, but she's not feeling it right now.
Indeed, she is not. We'll take a quick break here on our K-Zone game of the week. 64-60. At the end of this one, Nashoba is a winner. They improve their record to 12-4. Leominster falls to 7-6. We take a break. We'll be back with a little bit more right here on the K-Zone as we wrap things up with some final stats. After this, you'll listen to the K-Zone Game of the Week here on WPKZ. Back inside the gym at Leominster High School. 64-60, Nashoba a winner tonight. Kate Robbins, Todd Robbins, joined now by Leominster High School head coach Dave Palazzi. And Coach, good things and bad things tonight. Got a 1,000-point scorer, another one joining a really illustrious club here in Leominster, and then unfortunately a tough loss in the end in what was an incredibly exciting game.
Yeah, you know, it's 2 halves really, but you know, hats off to Riley and her teammates, and you know, really all the seniors and really Megan Hutchinson. I mean, Megan and Riley been starting for 4 years, and you know, Riley has 1,000 points, and Megan may have close to 400 of those assists, and that's no lie. I mean, she's really those 2 together, and I think you saw it when Megan went out of the game for us. It was harder for us to do some things out there, but you know, we played hard. We played together. We had different substitutions we had to make because of foul trouble, and in the end, you know, they hit the shots in the second half, and we did hit some when we needed to. I think Frederick knocked down a 3, but we couldn't put the ball back, and a few layups at the end of the game, and obviously free throws were tough. I mean, we didn't make them down the stretch, but those, you know, what can you say? I mean, we're trying to make shots, and you know, you got to make shots. It's an easy game. You make more shots than they do, and you win.
You mentioned the importance in 1,000 points. If you're going to get to 1,000 points in your career, you've got to start contributing as a freshman. And, of course, you talk about Hutchinson and Skinner. They've rose up together as freshmen in this varsity program. And, I mean, you got to have a great freshman year to even give yourself a chance at this your senior year.
Yeah, and absolutely. And you know, I talked to Megan and Riley today, and, you know, I almost had them in tears because I just said, you guys, you got to remember you're seniors. You've been playing together for 4 years. All the rides home, your parents, your mom, your dad picking you up and crying on the way home for tough games. And, you know, your dad's trying to bring your spirits up and your mom's and just telling you to stick with it since they were little kids. And, you know, that's really what it's all about. That's what I like to create. I like to create the memories that these girls will have to start 4 years, both of them. Really having great careers and playing together and laughing and enjoying their time as Leominster varsity basketball players. I mean, that's really what it's all about. You know, not winning the game tonight, I'm a little down about that, but I'm happy for them, and I'm happy for Riley. You know, no one works harder than her. I mean, this means a lot to her, and you know, that's what life's all about. I tell these kids in high school, you have to, if you're passionate about something, you're going to do it all the time. And she's done it all the time, and this is what she's all about, you know, and it shows in the way she plays.
We talked about it a little bit in pregame, too. I think one of the better compliments about Skinner's game is when I think of Riley Skinner, I don't think of Riley Skinner, the offensive player. I think of Riley Skinner, the defensive player, and what she does in transition, getting into passing lanes, tipping the ball with soft hands, and creating opportunities down the floor.
Yeah, I mean, she's she's like a gazelle. I didn't even know that was her nickname, and I looked at her, and at the beginning of basketball season, I told her, I said, we could have used you at receiver this year in football. You know, not any knock on our receivers with Brian Rod and Mike Viola, but the way she runs down the court, I mean, it looks like everybody's going backwards at times. You know, she's such a tremendous athlete, and she hustles and she goes after the ball. She makes everybody better on the court.
She really has become the crown jewel of this program right now. But one of the things that we noted early on is the poise that we've been seeing, even from a lot of your sophomore starters, a lot more poise than we saw against Wachusett, and the pace of play, everything seemed really controlled. Really nice to see that kind of development in just a short week and a half since we saw them last. Talk to us about how those players, especially the younger ones, have been developing and getting that poise.
Yeah, I mean, we're young. Skylar and Grace, sophomores. Haley Monville is a sophomore. Faith Akachiri is a sophomore. And, you know, I thought Gabby Frederick and her shot from the corner tonight, she's a senior. But we are a young team, and they're coming along, and a lot of fans in here tonight. And I thought they handled it pretty well at times. But obviously, I mean, they're young players. Yeah. They're going to learn. And, you know, the one-liner I always give, or I always say to them, and I say, imagine when you're a senior. Yes. You know, and when you're a senior, things change. And Haley and, Riley and Hutch, they know those things when they were freshmen, and the lens they look through as freshmen as opposed to seniors, you know. Right. So, and Hutch played unbelievable tonight. I mean, once she went out, I mean, you know, she played a tremendous game with a hurt thumb and really gave it her all. But I thought that was a good performance by her and Riley and the rest of the team, but we just didn't get to win.
That's one of the things we also talked about, having senior leadership like Hutchinson and Skinner out on the court, and having somebody be able to reach that pinnacle of their high school athletic career, getting into that 1,000-point echelon, being able to be role models for those younger players. And I know that Quinn O'Connell, that's somebody that Skinner likely looked up to when she was a freshman. And when we were in school, you know, you had Delici looking up to Kerry Conway when they were here, and obviously Lauren Hatfield kind of setting the bar pretty high in her career early on. But always really nice to see when you have that core of senior leadership for those younger players, really to look up to them and say, okay, this is how you report yourself, and this is really how you need to be in order to get it done.
Yeah, and that's something I'm really proud of. Our young girls on this team, they work hard. I mean, they're passionate about basketball. Basketball is their game. Yep. You know, it's their main game in high school, and we all had them. And you know, they're passionate about it. And I think Hutch and Riley do a very good job of leading these girls. And you know, we'll get it. I mean, we have 3 more games that we need to get into the playoffs. It's one at a time. We got a tough one Monday night against Algonquin, who just beat us last week. So. and then we get North and Fitchburg next week as well. So we got 3 games. So we just really got to get ready to go.
And the question in the hour, Coach, is, and I know for you, you're a guy who likes numbers and scenarios. It's about connecting the dots between here and the end of the season to find at least 3 more wins.
Yeah, and we treated this like a playoff game. I mean, we got a tough schedule. We got Algonquin, North, Fitchburg, Shepherd Hill, Oakmont, and Groton Dunstable. So a lot of those programs, I mean, very good records and very good teams, and I think we're a very good team. We just got to put it together. We, scored 60 points and 59 points in our last 2 games, and we lost both of them. So, it's tough when Hutch fouls out. She's such a good defensive player, and we don't have a lot of depth. I mean, we're missing Amaya Escobalas, who's one of our other bigs. I mean, that's huge not to have her because she pushes people around out there, and it's and gets a lot of rebounds. So, it kind of trying to make rotations with that. It's been a little tough, but I think they've handled it pretty well.
And, Coach, we'll see you again next week. It's Fitchburg on the road for that doubleheader. Should be an exciting night.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much,
All right,
Coach.
guys. Thank you.
Good luck next week. We'll take a break. We're back with more. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops right here on Leominster TV. Back inside the gym at Leominster High School and joined now by Riley Skinner. And Riley, I know what you're going to say. The athlete in you is going to say we didn't get the win tonight, but you got to take some solace in 1,000 points joining in a very exclusive club of women's basketball players here at the high school.
I mean, it's pretty unreal. Like my whole entire basketball career, I've wanted this. This is a huge goal for me. My teammates, they really helped me out with passes. Every pass I got, I drove, basically. But really, it's up to them and my coaches that really got me where I am today.
One of the things that I noticed at the beginning of the game, we kind of talked about it beforehand, is Riley going to come out and are they just going to feed her the ball to try to get it over with? I thought you did a really nice job. It was not a situation where they were feeding it to you or you wanted it really badly. You did a really nice job kind of distributing the ball, telling people where to go. How did it feel? Did you feel a little bit tight in the beginning? Did you know it was going to come? How did you feel?
I mean, yeah, I was definitely really nervous. I mean, it's a big accomplishment, like individual accomplishment, but it was a team game, so I really needed to use my teammates if I wanted to try to get that win as well.
Talk about the moment where it happened. It was not exactly one. A lot of the shots have been falling for you throughout the night.
Yeah.
This one is a loose ball that comes to you. You kind of are off balance. What are you thinking off release?
I mean, usually I've taken a handful of those this season, like buzzer beater, like shot clock, and that one I really didn't think it was going in. I just shot it because we only had 2 seconds left, and when it was like the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
No question.
You could tell you were a little shocked.
Yeah, it was like, oh, wow, that just went in.
Nice feeling, though, to get that over with early. Not only that, but fairly early in the season so that you and your teammates can really kind of focus on getting that 10 wins that you need in order to be playoff eligible.
Yeah.
How do you now work with your goal setting, both as a senior leader on this team, as a captain on this team, and trying to get these girls, especially considering you have so many young players on the team, how do you start getting them into that mindset and getting them ready to try to go for a playoff run?
I mean, that was a weight off my shoulders, so that's over with. But every day in practice, I try to get the girls like riled up, high energy, because we just got to go at it in practice, and what happens in practice shows up in a game.
No question about that, indeed. Riley Skinner, congratulations.
Thank
1,000
you.
points.
Congrats.
Joining a very exclusive club with Lauren Hatfield, Kerry Conway, Lindsay Delakiai, Quinn O'Connell, and now add your name, Riley Skinner, in there as well. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Quick
Congrats.
break. We're back with more. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops here on Leominster TV. Final time back inside the gym at Leominster High School. Bill Thomas rejoins us. Kate Robbins, Todd Robbins here for Leominster TV. And Kate, an opportunity to take a look at the final numbers on this one tonight.
All right, final numbers on the night. Lady Blue Devils team stats first. 21 of 57 from the field. They shot 37%. 3 of 10 from behind the three-point arc. That's 30%. 36 rebounds, 9 steals, 26 turnovers. They shot 12 of 23 from the charity stripe. That's 52%. Individual contributions for the Blue Devils tonight. Finnegan ends the night with 7, Smith with 2, Frederick with 4, Skinner 27. That brings her to 1,017 career points for Riley Skinner. Akachiri ends the night with 2, Hutchinson with 10, and Monville with 9 points on the night, and that's how the Blue Devils get to their 60-point total. If we take a look at the Lady Chieftains side of the ball, team totals first from the field. They shot 20 of 60, 33% from the field for the Chieftains. 9 of 25 behind the three-point arc. That's
They
only
weren't afraid to take them.
36%, but man, were they raining. All right, let's see. 36 rebounds, 11 steals, 20 turnovers for the Lady Chieftains. 14 of 21 from the charity stripe. That's 67%. Individual contributions. McMahon ends the night with 18. McNulty with 8. Payne with 8. Roth with 10. Richard with 7. Donahue with 1. And Galuli with 11. That's how they get their 64 nothing. Can you imagine? 64-60 Chieftains over the Lady Blue Devils tonight.
Indeed it was. Bill Thomas, final thought here. Tough loss, 64-60. Coach Palazzi kind of pointed to it. You know, it's a tale of two halves. First half of action, Leominster couldn't miss. Second half, they missed.
And they turned the ball over.
Indeed.
I don't know if I break down the steals by half, but I tell you, the third quarter was messy. The press just gave them fits. And some other numbers I'm looking at, the Blue Devils 12 from 23 from the charity stripe, and the Lady Chieftains 14 for 21. A little bit of a difference there. And turnover battle, 26-20, 6 more turnovers. That leads to a couple extra points off transition. I think that's kind of where the game was won and lost right there. They both shot in the mid 30%. Of course, there's some rainmakers on those 3-pointers. They were just fine. And they had 3 or 4 opportunities at some point because they were really offensive, rebounding nice in that second half. But point-wise, they didn't score many more points based on the number of shots taken. That 3-point difference wasn't really the difference maker in the game. Turnovers and lack of success at the charity stripe is where I would hang this loss.
Rest of the way.
Some good things happen, though.
Yes.
And I'm going to say this one more time. Haley
Yes.
Monville, I'm really looking forward to watching her game grow in the next couple of years, along with the other sophomores that were out on the field.
That too.
During kickoff.
Yes, exactly. I've done
along with Finnegan and Grace Adams and just Faith Extra, this 10-year-old, 10th grade group of kids.
Pretty impressive.
I think the coach has a lot to look forward to, but obviously we're playing in 2017-18 season now. He wants things to happen now, and so the seniors really got to step up and take charge here the last half of the season.
And they've got a makeup game with Algonquin first, then Worcester North next, and then it's the arch rival Fitchburg next week as part of a doubleheader. And that's the next time we'll be here with you, or be there with you. We go to the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. Yes, it'll be a hot night up in the balcony, in the stand, somewhere. We will be courtside or above courtside, but it will be an exciting night in the steam room that is the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse.
You've been
Fitchburg.
having us go into the stands, though.
I know.
Billy likes it.
We'll see. I know.
Well, we can't see the scoreboard from the balcony.
True.
That's true.
We need the full effect, and you know how I love being.
And
in
we
with
love
the
being
crowd.
courtside with the
With
ESPN.
That night 2 years ago when we
Yes.
were courtside with the fans, they had the whole.
The kids had the
ESPN 8. That was ESPN 8
That was
down there,
that was one of the most fun nights we've had, especially as a way in being part of that enemy group. It's just I love being in with the crowd.
I'll be wearing black that night. I will tell you that.
I'm wearing blue.
Billy likes to be in the enemy crowd. I'd
Blue
rather be in
on
the
blue.
car.
I will be looking to blend in.
These are the nights where I just go, I don't like all these people. Why are all these people near me?
But you say that anyway. You say that when we're here, surrounded
Oh,
by
I
folks.
That's why we have this
People
little
are
blanket
infringing
barrier.
in that personal space.
I have a really big personal space bubble, and people just need to appreciate that.
I understand.
That's all.
Right, that's the next time we're with you. Leominster and Fitchburg, boys and girls, a doubleheader here on Leominster TV.
can get a little prickly.
Next Friday night, February the 9th. We're looking forward to that one. We'll be here. With that, I want to thank our award-winning executive producer, Bradley Bedard. I want to thank Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, and all of you for joining us here tonight. Leominster a loser tonight by a 64-60 mark to Nashoba. Their record falls to 7-6 overall. The Chieftains improve to 12-4 on the season. Footnote tonight: Riley Skinner reaches 1,000 points, becomes the 5th player in school history on the girls' side, joining Lauren Hatfield, Kerry Conway, Lindsay Delakiai, and Quinn O'Connell. And having had the opportunity to call 3 of those 4, I could say that Riley Skinner deserves to be a part of that group as well.
I think
Certainly
you've
very
done,
disturbing.
well, I think you've done 4 out of the 5.
Well, correct, or 3 out of the 4 of who I just mentioned. Now 4 out of 5 if you were to add Riley in. Lauren Hatfield's the only one I didn't call.
Before our time.
You missed that one?
Yes, and I wasn't available for that one.
Where
Ryan,
were you? No, where were you?
I'm
Just
not,
a dream.
I was going to say, not going to date that. Ryan Turbide, the lone boy as well. But again, Riley Skinner joins an excellent group in her effort, deserving tonight.
I think you should have made yourself more available for the Hatfield one.
The 1,000 points indeed. I'm not that old. Want to thank Bradley Bedard, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins before this turns into how old I am.
Older than me.
Break, and we will be back next week for Leominster and Fitchburg. We're going to thank all of you for joining us, and until next time, so long, everybody.